What's going on, y'all? Eazy here, back with another interview. Like I told y'all last time, I really start this shit like a podcast because I have zero idea on how to start interviews. But as you can tell, we got some special guests on the couches. One you recognize, one you probably never seen here before. So I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
It's Noblel of Undefined Records, also artist, also Nessa's manager.
My name's Joel. I just be on the podcast.
Joel, you say,
and I do photography too, but
and you a videographer too?
Some
type shit.
Every now and again I'll get some video, but most of the shit is pictures.
I feel it, man. How y'all feeling, man?
I'm feeling good.
How y'all doing? What y'all do today?
Shit.
What's our day looking like?
I had to run a lot of errands because I'm going to Arizona on Tuesday and it's currently Saturday, so I had to get a bunch of car shit done. Gets like a wedding outfit.
You driving to Arizona?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's like an 8-hour drive.
That's 6.5 where I'm going. The part
you
of it.
Driving alone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lonely drive.
I like it.
I guess, man. I would never.
I'm finna play some YouTube and shit. Cops, if you see this, just ignore it. But I'm gonna play some YouTube and shit. You feel me?
You got what kind of car you drive? You got like a screen in there to watch that shit. You just gonna hold your phone up.
I drive a Corolla.
Hey,
I'm
say
fuel efficient.
that shit proud. I drive a Corolla too.
I'm fuel efficient.
I drive a Corolla too.
I'm mad fuel efficient.
I would drive a Corolla too. I'm actually thinking about downgrading.
Yeah, as you should.
Cause
we talked about this the other day. Ain't no reason for forget. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, no, we talked about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. So look, we gonna talk about you for a little bit because it's not too often that I get to talk to you.
Yes, sir. It's like been a year, right?
It's been a long time. It's
more?
been a year. Back then, like I was just trying to get into my interview bag. Did not know shit. So now I'm a little bit more experienced. The set's a little more done up. So we're gonna really get into it, man. I want to start off with Strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Just dropped a new song.
Yes, sir.
With Honey.
Mm-hmm.
I fuck with Honey. She's been here too.
Yeah, Honey's hard.
Let's talk about the track, man. How'd that come about on your part?
Yeah. So I recently started working with Alonzo Padilla. He's an engineer here in the city and shit. Honestly, I was gonna talk about this later on, but he kind of like I had a song with Chuck. And Chuck wanted to record that song. It's called SoCal. It's out right now, too. Yeah. But he wanted to record that song at Zoe's because we'd already tracked it at my place. But he's like, let's just do it at Zoe's because he's an engineer. I said, bet. So I went over there. That's the first time I met him. He's like, the ghost Noble. He said, because nobody ever like sees me in person type shit. Because I don't pop out very often in the community, at least. You feel me? So he said that. And then we worked on the song. And then after, he said, if you're ever trying to record, like, hit me. And, like, it's good. Like, on some, like, free shit. So I was like, yeah, like I got you, like for sure, because that motherfucker just likes my music and just believes in me, which is a blessing for it, like you said.
Right.
So yeah, me and Zoe got linked up after that and kept working. We started making an album, and then one of the times he played Strangers for me in the studio, because he's like, honey, just recorded this, and the synths on it were crazy, and I liked her verse a lot and her chorus. So I was like, damn. I texted her because I already knew of her, and I was like, hey, let me lay a verse on this. And she was like, try it. And I told her straight up, if you don't like it, cut that shit. So I laid the verse. I didn't like it. Zoe liked it. I didn't even send it to her. Zoe sent it to her. And then she hit me back saying, hey, I really like the verse. I want it to be on the song. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. So yeah, that's how it happened.
So you weren't even supposed to be on this one.
Yeah, no. There's a whole verse on there without me.
So she has another version without you?
She said she's going to drop it too.
I would like to hear that. So you guys didn't have any like in studio time together?
No. At some point, she told me she wanted to add more onto the song, and then we went in together, and then we added the layers that you hear on the chorus, like back and forth.
This is the first time working with her.
Mm-hmm. In studio.
What was that? What was that experience like?
It's fire. I always like working with new artists because I don't really get in the studio with many artists. It's mainly like Ness and my homies. So I mean, it's always a cool experience when you get to.
Yeah, that's dope. A lot of the artists that I speak with, they say when they record in the studio, it's different because it's vibes. You could feel the music as opposed to just sending your verse, through email.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you get to catch a little vibe with someone. I think it would have been different if it was like a whole verse, but it was on some shit of like spur of the moment. You know what I mean? When I recorded that verse, at least. And then we went back in and reworked it. Is
that some shit you wrote for the song, or is that just something you already had?
Yeah, I write everything while listening to a beat. But to be honest, I'm like a hella unfinished artist. Like if I'm starting a song, the only way I'm writing it is verse, chorus, and then I'm stopping there and going back for the second verse. I'm not writing 2 verses at a time because I like to like hear it back and make sure I still like it, and then also like hear what it's missing, so I could go back and then lay the second verse with that in mind.
How often do you let let me ask you this: do you have a specific group of people that you let hear your music before it's released to kind of judge what it's gonna do?
He never sends us shit ever.
It's Zoe and then my old engineer Carlos. That's it.
I feel it.
Yeah, it's basically 2 engineers that I let hear it, and that's it.
Is there a reason why you don't let people hear it before?
Most of my homies, to be honest, don't really listen to the kind of music that I make. So like, I can't even play. I can't take their opinion into consideration because they're not my demographic.
What would you say your demographic is?
Shit. it's probably like, let's say this. You see Sandrini's on a Saturday night, that's my demographic.
Oh my God, we went there Tuesday, and I was like, "This is not my vibe."
Or younger.
I fuck with Sandrini's.
Yeah, go to Sandrini's on Saturday night.
I can't go to Sandrini's anymore, but I fuck with Sandrini's.
Why? You got 806? Did you get 806?
No, I can go. I can physically go in there.
Okay.
It's just I have a lot of history in Sandrini's.
Let's talk about it.
No.
Okay. My bad.
No, let's not talk about it. We can talk about it. No, we can't.
Off camera.
So,
yeah.
This is the first thing you released this year? Strangers?
Nah. I dropped a song called Clouds and Paper Planes too.
Did.
Yeah.
You did. So
I just didn't promo it too much, you feel me? It was like a little loosey-goosey.
Why?
Because I have a whole rollout. It's just a little later, you feel me? I feel like I do things as I please now. I have a lot of things going on, so I mean, I'm going to promo things the way I want to promo them. People, if it takes off and people like it, then shit, let it be so. But these days, I'm not necessarily concerned about that too much. I just drop what I like, and if you like it, and it's going to take off from there. But if not, shit, you're going to get around to it at some point. I mean, at least I feel. Because, I mean, I have so many different avenues that I'm, like, trying to expand that the platform's growing one way or another, whether you support Noble or not, you're going to end up fucking with it.
That's one thing that I do like about you is you do have, I don't know if I'm using this term correctly, but a lot of eggs in different baskets as far as with Undefined, with Ness and that. And I definitely want to get into that a little bit later. But I'm always so curious about your musical career because of everything else you do.
Yeah.
And it seems like everything else you do kind of takes the front seat.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, and it's been hedging towards that way for a while now, but I just kind of lean into it a little more. But honestly, I feel like going back into Zoe, I feel like if anything, Zoe really like revitalized my music career in terms of me actually creating, because of the fact I needed to get out of like my own space. I was engineering myself and like doing all these things by myself for so long that it just got so dead to me. Like it was like I was getting in and I wasn't liking anything I was recording. It's just always nice to have like another ear there to be like some little bit of reassurance, you know what I mean? Because when it comes to artistry, I feel like if I'm being 100% honest with myself, I'm definitely for sure a little insecure, just because of the fact that I surround myself with so many great artists that you just tend to compare a little bit. But comparison is a thief of joy at the end of the day.
It's a killjoy.
You know what I mean? It's a killjoy for real. But yeah, it happens like that. So mind you, I surround myself with Ness and all these artists that I've met within the last year, and I'm like, I see how many great artists there are in California and in all these different lanes, and I'm like, shit, like, I feel like y'all are better than me, low-key, so, like, why the fuck am I making music? But then again, I gotta be like, I make what I like, and there's definitely a different demographic for everybody and every single different sound. There's an audience for it. So I just had to remind myself of that, and then being in the studio with someone that believes in me like that always helps out.
Yeah, you definitely got to keep in mind, bro. There's a million different places to get a burger from. You know what I mean? But they all making money.
That's a bar.
They all making money. If you use that, I need my finder's fee or whatever. I need a percentage if you use that in the song.
Yeah, no. I'm for sure dropping about burgers for real.
That's funny. What's musically? What's 2024 looking like for Noble? You getting an album, EP? What?
Yeah,
anything?
so we'll do EP first, and then we'll do Undefined album.
Ooh.
And then we will do Noble album.
I'm
3 albums technically.
I'm almost pulled to ask, what's an Undefined album?
Shit, a whole
Don't
lot.
say Undefined because that's dumb.
Yeah, nah, it's a lot of compilation shit. So I mean, I ain't talked about it yet, but so
say what you can.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna talk about all of it. I don't really care.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. What's that one skit on that one? Oh, breaking news. If your girlfriend has ever went to the season opening basketball game, best believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not your girl no more.
Yeah. No, anyways, off topic. But so basically, I had an idea just because, see me, I just enjoy residual income. Residual income has always been a very fascinating thought to me in order to create different avenues of revenue through one body. So I was looking at Undefined and I was like, okay, when's the right time to do this? When's the right time to do this? And we started getting into the time. I was like, okay, I feel like if we started putting out music with all the connections we now have and use those connections and partner it with the fact that we make high quality content to come out with an album, I feel like it would stream very well. So we started testing the waters. We dropped the Red Nose music video on the Undefined channel with just me and Justin. Mind you, that's just me and Justin off of Moses in the studio just messing around.
He made music?
He from time to time. JB know. They know about him from time to time.
No, he don't make music.
Just with me really in the Undefined studio, you feel me? But we made that, mind you, did a little bit of numbers. I was like, hold on. I was like, maybe we could do something here. So then recently we dropped Rain with Ness and Taya.
That was the most recent video.
That was the most recent video that we dropped, music video. And once again, we're maybe, 2-3 weeks in to that? What are we?
That's a little more than that.
I think it's about 3 weeks. 6,000 streams.
Oh shit!
For something that had one clip of promo done for it.
Yeah.
No money put into it. No money. It's in house. So I mean, let's say, in my mind, this is how I was thinking. So let's say we drop an album, and every single artist that has been on the podcast comes onto the album, and then we make it a podcast album with them narrating it from start to finish. And do something that people haven't done and do it in our unique way. It's still catering to what we do as a whole. And then we promo it with a cipher, showing the personalities of every single person in Undefined. And then we do this whole run. What can we do? What could we do numbers-wise? What could we do music-wise? And then at least start establishing ourselves as people outside of this podcast stuff. You know what I mean? Start having people fall in love with us as people and starting to understand us as people outside of all this shit. You know what I mean?
You know, so, you heard this saying, this town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Yeah.
That comes to mind right now. Cause Undefined album, I fuck with it, right?
Yeah.
And the whole basis of that is getting a lot of the artists you've already worked with to be a part of the album.
Yes, sir.
I was similarly thinking of doing something like that myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I'm a real music lover, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't make music worth shit, but I can definitely tell you if your shit is good or not.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking of doing sort of like a KILJOY compilation album. I don't know so much with the alumni of KILJOY, just because I focus on a lot of artists that are still new, but with a lot of artists that I feel deserve a different type of spotlight. So I'm glad to see that mindset runs.
Still do that shit though. Straight up.
I'm for sure
still
finna
do that shit. Yeah.
The fuck, but I'm glad to see that mindset runs through other people.
I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, streaming and music has always been something that I was passionate about. Obviously, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just made sense considering me and Ness are artists. Justin messes around with music from time to time, and then everybody enjoys music in our group, and it's just a way to kind of like bring us all together and bring everyone together from. That's been on our episodes and to like almost have like a celebration of the fact of what we've done so far. That's really the way that I wanted to do it.
I feel it. Yeah. I feel it. Now I know you're a manager as well. You manage Ness.
Yes, sir.
Who we recently had. I recently interviewed him, and he definitely is one of the standout artists of the city. Does that ever fuck with you when it comes to your own music? I know I talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
How do you handle like managing? Sort of the superstar of the city versus you making music as well?
I've just learned to separate it now. I don't think it's one and the same. I feel like it almost takes on a life of its own when it comes to managing, because that's when I have to put the business hat on. When I get to make music, it's straight just me venting, having fun, like just almost like expressing an inner part of me that I didn't even know was there. That's the best way I could really put it. So I really think that's the way that I've learned to separate it. And also just like not caring anymore about what other people think, just enjoying what I enjoy and then just running with that.
You ever use any of your ideas on him and wish you could use it for yourself?
In terms of like content and stuff?
Just everything. Like, I mean,
the
real question I want to ask is, do you ever feel any kind of envy towards him based on both of y'all being artists?
Nah, never envy, to be honest. When I started managing Ness, this was kind of the vision I already had. So it just kind of coming to fruition now, if anything. So it would be stupid for me to have envy because of the fact if he wins, I win. So I mean,
I feel it.
Either way,
That's
like
a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that's the way I
Really
see
the only way
like
to look at
everything.
it.
You know what I mean? And even if we're talking about Undefined, like they have the spotlight over me, like for sure. People, if people come up to us in public, they're going to them. They're not going to me.
Yeah.
But then once they say, "Oh, who runs the podcast?" Because we want to either be on there, we want to do this, they'll be like, and then they'll be like, "Oh, what the fuck? You're not even on the podcast." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
People don't even know like he's even behind the scenes.
Yeah, nobody knows it, but I mean, it's okay. I don't mind that because at the end of the day, Undefined wins. I'm a part of that. I'm like in that.
That's
so
dope.
it's just multiple different avenues. I mean, there's no point of envy when you're a part of something and just building something up. I mean, if anything, it's just it makes sense.
I feel it. Just to finish up talking about you and your music career, what's been, I guess, in your opinion, the best part of having this musical career aside from everything else you do?
To a smaller scale, I guess, being able to live out the dream that I had when I was younger, for sure.
You always wanted to do music?
No, not always. It was weird. It was kind of like almost like I just really liked music, and then one day I started deciding I had a lot of time. And then I started to start messing around with it, and then at that point, it just turned into like almost an addiction of me. Like
you had a name before? Yeah.
Yeah, did you? Is Noblel your first try at a name?
Jesus, bro.
Look, this man. This
Can
my
we
show.
take the first shot of it before we talk about this?
This is my show. All right.
Yeah.
I asked the questions on this show.
Nah, I wanted him to bring that
Yeah.
First thing you said, he said, "It's my."
No, let's take a shot. We can take
I'll
a
answer
shot.
right after that.
This is something new for KILJOY. I don't really do.
We're bringing this is Undefined KILJOY.
This Undefined times KILJOY. We're bringing two worlds together right now.
This is something for the city, for real.
Next time you see this, I'll be on their show. I'm calling them right now. I'm manifesting it right now. I got one.
Oh, for real?
Don't lie.
No, I do.
Okay, you're right.
I don't lie about no alcohol. Just so y'all see, no chaser. No chaser.
Yeah, that's a madman.
As he opens
That's actually a psychopath.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh. You're not the first person or the last person to tell me that. That's actually really good. Yeah, so Noble, is that your first try at a name?
No. So hold on.
What was your first try?
It was a Young Spitta.
Was you a rapper at first?
Yeah.
He could rap, bro.
No, honestly, now I couldn't back then. I could rap now. Straight up.
Do you ever think about putting out a rap album? I know the answer, but
no, I'll rap. Not a rap album, but I'll rap.
do you have rap records?
Type shit.
You got some readily to play?
I have one.
You gonna play when we finish with
I
this?
really want to hear it. I had never heard any of his rap shit ever.
Yeah, no, I could rap from time.
Because
listen. So what I was talking about earlier, the cipher. I am coming with it. Like,
So you're on the cipher too.
I'm on the everyone.
Cypher, too.
Everyone is on the side. I'm not gonna say the special guest yet. I can't say the special guest.
So y'all
But
are
it's gonna be
rapping
the
as well.
whole team. The whole
Someone
team.
gotta write my shit. 'cause I
Everyone.
can't rap.
Who's the whole team? Name them.
Okay, on camera team. On camera.
Yeah, on camera.
So
off camera team rapping
it'll be
too?
no. Nah.
So-
not them.
You're
That's
on
why I
camera?
said. Nah, because I'm on camera from time to time as Noble. You feel me?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Anyways,
He runs it, so it counts.
it counts. It'll be Joel, Lonnie, Dalen, Justin, me, and then 2 special guests.
Do I know one of them?
You know both.
Yeah, you know.
I know both.
Everyone knows both. For sure. In Bakersfield, at least, everyone knows both.
Is one in Bakersfield and the other one not in Bakersfield
Yes,
anymore?
correct.
I know they are.
Maybe.
I know who they are. There's
Maybe.
only 2 answers. If y'all already got Ness on there, there's only 2 other answers.
Oh, I forgot about Ness. My fault. Ness,
You
too.
didn't say Ness.
I didn't say Ness.
No.
Ness,
Hey
too.
man, I believed in you from the start, Ness.
Nah, Ness is just always included in everything. You feel me? So I don't
I'm
gotta say
excited for that, man. You
I
know,
appreciate that, bro.
Undefined is definitely a standout of Bakersfield.
I appreciate it.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
When people talk about the face of the field outside of just rappers, and you talk about entities, y'all got number 2 spot. I fuck with it. Y'all got number 2
is
spot.
like it.
crazy.
Y'all got number 2 spot. I fuck with it. So let's
my
change
gosh.
gears. Let's talk about
Yeah.
Undefined, right? Because that's what we're really for. We got my man right here.
My man.
He doesn't not
He remember my
his
name at all.
brother.
That's crazy.
Nah. So let's talk about Undefined. How's that journey been? I'm opening the floor for both of you. How's that journey been since the inception?
You start, Joel.
Well, I came on first. It was a boys only podcast, It was just like in house, like we're all, and he had told me like, "Oh, just come and like be on the podcast or whatever." So I did that. It was me, Justin, and I think it was Lonnie. Me, Justin, and Lonnie on that first one.
Yeah.
There was somebody
Yeah.
else.
No, just you three.
That's big dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was y'all. Listen, man, y'all gotta
Lonnie,
Justin and Lonnie, y'all
don't
gotta
mind
come
him.
around me more often. I only see them every now and again when there's an event.
I think Justin's supposed to be pulling up.
No, I see Justin.
I think
a
he's
lot.
still pulling up.
Yeah, he said.
Oh, word.
Matter of fact.
No, don't come. He's not gonna see this.
Pause.
I remember I seen y'all just off topic. I seen y'all at the bar that one time.
Yeah.
Where?
Wait, which bar? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
McMurphy's.
It was not McMurphy's, bro. I have not.
McGarry's.
Yeah,
I get
probably
them mixed
McGarry's.
up.
I have not been to McMurphy's since
Nah,
I was like
McGarry's,
22.
I seen you. I remember because I was fucked up.
Oh, you drink? What's your best drunk experience? Let's talk about it.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
My best drunk experience is also my worst drunk experience.
Let's get this little story time. Let's get something for the people.
All right, let's do story time. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm cool
Let's
with it
do it.
because I
Let's
don't
do
do it
it
anymore, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I used to partake in a specific type of party drug, right?
Okay.
Who's this walking in here? Oh,
Valerie.
what's going on?
Hi.
What's going on? So I used to partake in a specific type of party drug, right?
Yeah.
I won't say the name, but if y'all are smart, y'all understand.
Yes, sir.
Me and one of my friends, we had driven out to Santa Monica for one of the homies' birthday.
Mhm.
It was a birthday party, right? And mind you, Santa Monica from Bakersfield is far as fuck. We wasn't planning on spending the night. Me and the homie was just gonna drive down there, drive back, right? So we're down there, we're drinking this and this and that, and the homie comes up to me, and he had already partaken in a specific party drug, and you could tell, right? Tweak it,
Dilated.
bro. Tweak it,
Yeah.
right? Tweak it. And I'm like, bro, where you get that from? He's like, bro, somebody in a bar gave me some.
Fiending.
Of course.
Mm.
Mind you, this is over 2 years ago.
Yeah, no.
I've ceased to do anything because I had a homie who passed
You
away.
don't want to kill your joy.
I don't want to kill myself. Fuck the joy. I don't want to kill myself. I had a homie pass away from fentanyl.
Oh, that's some
And
real
you
shit.
know, and they be putting fentanyl in everything now. So
Everything.
I got kids
Yes,
and
sir.
shit, so I
Careful with all
gotta,
that shit.
take that into consideration. But at the time, I was like, bro, I want some. So you pointed bro out in the bar. I walked up to bro, said, hey man, I heard you got some. Let me have some. He said, oh, for sure, I got you, bro, for the free. You don't even gotta worry about it. But you want a shot first? I said, oh, you finna buy me a shot as well? He's like, yeah, bro, I got you, no problem.
He was trying to take you out.
Listen, there's a couple. I got a couple experiences.
He was at
that's
a gay bar.
questionable.
Straight up.
So he buys me and a homie a shot. Then he says, all right, I got you, but meet me in the bathroom at the bar across the street.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm not.
It sounds like a movie, bro.
Listen. I'm not thinking. Stop. Hey, chill out.
We love
Chill
a
the
studio
fuck out.
audience.
Chill out.
We love
I'm-
a studio audience,
At
bro.
the time, I'm fiending, so I'm not thinking straight. So I said, bet, no problem, right? Leave that bar, go across the street, meet bro in the bathroom.
10
right?
miles away.
No, it's across the street.
Okay.
And he pulls out a baggie. He says, hey, man, you got anything to put this in? I said, no. I turn around. There's a paper sign on a bathroom wall. Ripped that motherfucker off. Said, put it in here. So he dumps it in the paper sign that I just ripped off the bathroom wall.
I think everybody now knows what this drug is. By the way.
I didn't
Listen,
know, but now I do.
Listen, right? Oh, all right.
I knew what it was from the
I get
start,
it
but
now.
it's
So
just,
he puts it in a paper. I ball it
Yeah.
up. I put it in my thing, right? We get ready to go home. My friend, too drunk to drive,
yeah.
right? And I was sober as fuck.
Now,
And no, not yet. And so he drives a Challenger, right? So I'm driving, smashing, boom, Santa Monica, Bakersfield. We get to the Grapevine. I'm sitting there. I'm not finna make it. I'm not finna make that shit, right? So I pull out the paper and just all in my face, bro. All in my face.
you're lying.
Swear to God, bro. Ask him. He might. be
That's
passed
some
out.
crazy shit.
Listen, bro. I pull it out and just. I had no choice, bro. I had no choice. So I pull it out, all in my face, make it home safely, and that was years ago. That was years ago.
It happens to the best
That's
of us.
one of two of the greatest stories I have involving that specific.
Why did I say one or
substance.
two? Because now, like,
It's one of two.
So
It's
we
one
gotta
of
hear the
two.
second one now.
that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you hint at that if there wasn't
Who
intent?
is that?
We got a whole party in this.
Oh shit! Sorry for the intervene. Oh look.
Oh, we got Too Real in the building.
happening?
What's good? What's good? I told y'all he was pulling up. Y'all said he was in L.A.
Nah,
I was about to get mad as fuck.
I got my days mixed up.
I know, he said I was about to get mad as hell.
He made time for Killjoy.
Absolutely. That's why I said y'all number 2.
Yeah.
Look, he know.
You can never kill the joy.
He know.
Not in this room.
Y'all want to know the second one?
Yeah.
We
Go
just
ahead.
this not even an interview no more, bro. This is a.
We're leaving this in though.
This is a pod.
Yeah, it's a
This
pod.
is a pod at this point.
Podcast. You get that?
Second story. Everybody knows it. They should know it. I probably said it on my podcast before, so I'm cool. One of the homies, same homie, his girl had a birthday party a couple years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
We're at the birthday party, we're chilling, this and that, and my other homie, who I won't name, they had hired a stripper to come to the party, right? So she doing her thing, this and that. My other homie walks up to the stripper, like, "Hey, can I do this particular thing off your ass?" And she said, "Yeah." She said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And me being
As you should.
the ever, fun-loving person I am, said, "I'm not finna miss out on this experience." So I double up with the question, "Can I do it too?"
He said, "Me next, me next."
She said, "Hell yeah, why not?" Right? So in the middle of the party, we pull out 2 coolers because we had no table. So she lays across 2 coolers.
There's some ratchet shit.
You
for
know,
real.
we did what we had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the second one. And there's video of that too. I don't know if the person recording it still has the
Clip
video.
it in now.
Yeah.
Clip it in now.
Because when Killjoy gets to be where it's supposed to be, that's what's gonna kill me. You know, because they.
I don't even think that'll get killed, bro.
I don't know.
Everybody got a pass. Everybody in this room got a pass right now. I'm just trying to include everyone, by the way. But yeah, everybody.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people behind this camera.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people behind this camera.
Got
Just
an
so y'all
audience,
know.
like live podcast.
Yeah, studio audience.
Have y'all ever had a studio audience?
Nah, but it's in the works. It'll happen.
Why not?
Money. It needs to make sense money wise. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
So in order for me to invest,
Think something else.
I
No,
mean,
no,
like
a
how
studio
we have,
audience.
like how we have right now.
Oh yeah, like this. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in the
I
room
thought you
when
meant like a
it's-
full
Yeah, like
show.
just people,
like
like,
a full
behind.
show. Oh no,
I'm
we've
not
had
talking about
this.
a live show. I'm just talking about people behind
K3 actually. The K3.
K3 one, there was like
The K3 episode.
there was about like 10.
Nah,
You brought his entourage?
There's a story
You brought
behind this.
everybody,
So I call K3 and I'm like, hey. So we had a whole phone call before because I hadn't met him, and I like knowing people before I have them on the pod.
Same.
So I have a phone call with him. He sounds cool as fuck. So I'm like, okay, bet. Like we could for sure do your episode this date, this time. He says,
You said
bet.
he sounds cool as fuck through the phone.
Yeah. We're just vibing over the phone. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't anything
Wanna make
weird.
sure
Like
that
there was
connects.
cool dialogue. Like he was well spoken. It just things like that. You know what I mean?
They get it.
K3's fire,
They
right?
get it.
Yeah.
They get it.
But so after that, I make sure to text him. I'm like, hey, make sure you only bring like 2 to 3 people max because of the fact that this isn't my spot that we're going to. Because we had an episode sponsored by 706 Collective. Shout out them.
That's the episode y'all had there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where Killjoy Chuck's release party was.
Yes,
706.
sir. Yes, sir. So it was sponsored by them, and it was their spot. I wasn't going to disrespect it. So I was like, okay, let me make sure to clarify with him that he can't bring that much people. So I call him because, mind you, we're setting up, but we're late this day because it's our first time doing a mobile podcast. So it takes us a while to set up. I call him to tell him that we're late. He's like, don't even worry, brother. He's like, I'm getting cut right now as we speak. I said, okay, how long are you going to be? He says, probably like an hour. Mind you, we're like 45 minutes out. I was like, oh, that's perfect. He says, yeah. He says, but mind you, I might be coming with more people than I thought I was. I said,
many people you
okay,
come with?
like how much are we talking about? He said, I can give you an exact number. He said, but just make sure it's cool with the person. So I talked
What you
to.
mean? He can't give you an exact number.
So mind you, I come up to the person that I am doing this through, and I'm like, hey, so this is the deal. And they said, you know what? It's fine. I'll just get chairs
cool
ready
as
for
fuck.
them. I'll just get chairs ready for them.
Yeah.
So at that point, you get chairs ready. When I tell you I opened this door and there's 12 deep coming in, like straight up.
Like that.
If you watch the
That was
K3
live.
podcast, you
They're
can
on the
see in the
back- they're on the
background them moving around, them like doing shit. You could even hear at certain points like them reacting to certain things.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say exactly what, but them reacting to certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a funny experience.
That was
the biggest one. we've
the
had.
biggest one.
Yeah, we've also had some other ones that were a pretty good amount of people, but that was definitely the most we've had at one time.
I want to ask, what's been the best podcast? But I want to ask him because he ain't say shit in a
you
while.
can go ahead.
What, in your opinion, what's been the best podcast that you've had?
I feel like this is the next one that's gonna come out. Oh, to me.
Should we talk about released or
think it was
unreleased?
Yeah,
like-
no, I just overall from what let's say this, just for the sake of the people watching this, that have been released.
That been released.
Considering this next week,
Definitely the Zakari one. I think that was just an experience, like being able to go to like TD Studios. That shit was just like unreal.
And I
like,
would
being
co-sign
there,
that.
and then I'm just like, you know, Grace really like been in here. Like Kendrick's been in here. Schoolboy's like.
y'all
been
ain't
in
seen
here,
nobody
like,
walk through.
Nah.
Nobody notable.
Devin Malik.
Devin Malik.
We
was
were
there.
talking to him.
He was just on Schoolboy Q album.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
he
So
went crazy.
Devin Malik was there the entire time, bro. When we walked in, he was sitting right next to Zakari. They were playing the Schoolboy Q album.
Back in Love.
Oh shit.
Back in Love. They
that-
were playing that, and then mind you, I didn't know who he was, but then he started playing his music, and we were all like, "Damn,
He got his.
nice.
He got a song. Is it Link Ducker?
Yeah, that's
Fire,
his solo
bro.
songs that he hasn't released.
Link
crazy.
Ducker fire, bro.
But I'm telling you, he has
Played
a
some other
vault.
shit,
He has a
man.
vault on him. Mind
Yeah,
you,
that's
the speakers there make everything sound like it's the best song ever. But
It ain't better
it's
than my
still fire.
swear,
Nah, I promise you, it's
Ain't
better
better
than
than
that.
my spe- my
that
Ion
speaker you have
speaker.
over there, I promise you.
That's
yeah.
dope, man. I'm a little envious because you know what's funny, bro. I seen Zakari in Bakersfield. He's here regularly,
Yeah, I know that.
and he's here like as a normal
That's
civilian, bro. Like I was, you know, Flea Market Shawty.
Mm-hmm.
She had one of her pop ups, or her flea markets, and he was there just walking around, bro. And at the time, I had not met him.
Yeah.
So I seen him, and I recognized him. I listened to his music and everything, right? So I'm like, is that Zakari? A homie was like, yeah, that's him. I came up to him. I handed him Joe's cover. Said, hey, man, I want you on the next cover. He's like, yeah, bro, I'm working on my album right now. When that's finished, you know, I'm going to tap in.
Yeah.
Still ain't tap in.
Yeah,
You know what I
Zakari's a
mean?
busy man though.
He is. I mean, I got his number. He interacts with me on socials and everything, but he just hasn't tapped in. So for y'all to get a
It'll
Zakari
happen.
interview, I know it's going to happen.
Yeah,
I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all, who's been the worst guest?
Definitely Goofy. Not I'm playing. Shout out Goofy.
I find that hard to believe, bro.
Nah.
I find that hard to believe.
Goofy was a great episode. Don't let
Yeah,
this man
Goofy was
lie
fire.
to you.
That shit
Goofy
was
was
funny.
actually a really good episode. Underrated episode of anything. If I had to say most underrated episode, it'd probably be Goofy's.
Definitely.
Um,
Not just because he's back here, but like for real though.
Nah,
No,
fuck-
bro.
you know what's
we were
crazy?
talking about you before, bro.
Yeah,
so
no,
they
I
can't even say
fuck
that,
with
yeah.
him, bro. Like I've seen him perform a few times, like especially at the, I guess the most standout performance. And I'm not just saying this because he's you know in the room. Or whatever.
If you ain't mine, I'm finna kill you. Type shit.
the standout performance. The standout performance is at the Nest Experience.
Yeah.
Where he performed. I think it was a song. He might not have performed it at the time. He brought a chair out, sat down, got real personal with the crowd. And I'm like, bro, really got. Like,
I
he
wasn't
really
even
got
in the
it.
venue yet, but I remember seeing it on video. Oh, actually, I was
pictures.
backstage.
Yeah, I was hosting it.
Yeah, I remember.
First Killjoy hosted
Yes, sir.
event, and the crowd was not fucking with me at first. The first time I went up there, bro, I
Why?
never host shit before,
They're
and I was trying to
booing
make
you
Because it was on some
Nah, they
shit.
wasn't booing me nothing.
But then, how do you know they weren't messing with
Because
you? then?
I was telling jokes and shit, and there was no
Oh, and they-
laughs, no nothing.
Okay, that's a
You
little
know, but I
different.
got a couple of beers, came up there, and by the end of the crowd, bro,
Hey, if y'all not drinking, what y'all doing?
that's how I sounded.
Type shit. Yeah,
That's how I
yeah.
sounded, like that. Hell
I
nah.
just imagine that as
I
the
got
drunk
videos
persona
I
of you.
sound like that. But so what's the progression of the show? How has it progressed since episode 1 to now?
I mean,
I need you to say your piece too.
quality's gone up. I mean, myself, so I make all the content for it. Like everything you see in terms of that's cut up on social media, every single one of that is touched by me. Pause. So I mean, that
gonna cut that part
I've
out.
gotten a lot better at it. Like just genuinely,
Just running
like,
it from behind the camera?
Yeah. So I mean, I just have a more sense of like what pops off, what doesn't pop off, what do we need to talk about, what don't we need to talk about, and then obviously them getting more comfortable on camera and just a better sense of camaraderie, as well as the fact of business is all about leverage at the end of the day, and we have more leverage now since we've done more podcasts, since
Value.
we've had bigger people, since we continue to bring the same quality. People know what we have to offer. So they
Yeah.
want to be a part of it at the end of the day because of the fact that we provide a service that not many people could provide it within arm's reach, at least. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. I definitely understand that. You know, my team, as small as it is, I say, right now we're just trying to create value.
Yeah.
Right? We're trying to create value. We're trying to make people want to be a part of whatever.
With value comes-
because money.
Yeah.
Comes
And leverage. Like
Yeah.
I'm telling you, leverage is literally at the forefront of every single business move that you can make.
1,000%.
That leads to money.
1000%. Was that so being a part of the podcast? Was that your first time on any on camera shit at all?
Yeah, I've never been on camera ever.
What was the conversation like to get you to be on camera for that?
I mean, I was kicking it with them before, and I was just like shooting like behind the scenes pictures for them. I was just behind the scenes, like just shooting pictures, like taking pictures and stuff for them to post. But he had just told me like just pull up on this boys only podcast, and I was like, all right. That first time I was nervous as hell though. I was like, fuck, I'm nervous. Like I thought about like what the hell I'm gonna say because I'm gonna be on camera. But now I feel like, well, he had told me to host now. So I was like actually hosting. And the first one, I thought I did better than I anticipated to do because I thought I was like, fuck, it's my first one, you know. I thought I did like somewhat good. And then after a while, I just kept getting more and more like comfortable on camera, like just talking to people and like just forgetting about the cameras, just letting the conversation flow. I feel like that goes for all of us. We're just getting good chemistry, like building. And we got Dalen on too. And I mean, Dalen, he like barely, I mean, he got on like like a year ago. And then he kept going and shit. So he didn't know what the fuck I just said right now, huh?
No, I told y'all. Listen.
Mind you, it was Goofy enticing that.
I know. Listen.
Goofy was like,
no, listen. I prefaced this earlier in the show that if I'm in my phone, it's because I got notes and stuff going. But I'm
listen to
listening.
everything, Joel. Don't you worry.
But
Nobody heard it.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I was going to ask you. God damn, he fucked me up.
What'd I say?
This might be one of the funniest interviews you've ever done.
He fucked me up, bro, because I just...
What'd I say?
Listen, I'm quarterbacking
You said undefined.
Listen, I'm quarterbacking like 8 things at the moment, right? The people that are here for a photo shoot for the mag.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm quarterbacking like 8 things right now.
I'm not mad at you.
So I'm listening. And I had a
I
follow...
don't think you're listening, bro. You're not listening to me.
I had a follow-up question.
He was listening to me.
When I started talking this shit, he ain't even listening to me. It's time to get on the phone whenever I start talking. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm crying.
No.
Can we take one more shot?
Now let's take one more shot.
Let's take one more. Fuck it. I'm listening. Listen, hey David, you've been here when we were drinking with
That's funny.
I guess. I'm listening. Trust me.
More? Oh shit.
There
Huh?
is.
Yeah, downstairs.
It's down the hall, second door to the left. Cool. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. It's cool.
Yeah, bro, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's cool? I missed out on something now.
How much he poured me?
Shirt tucked in.
I really did have a follow-up question for you, bro, and I completely
I was just
forgot.
bullshitting with you.
Nah, I really did have a follow-up question, but I could hear him snickering on the side just because I'm going through my notes.
I'm like,
That was
talking,
mad funny.
And you're like on your
Shout
phone.
out to
and then
Real
I was like,
I told-
talking that
and
way, and
all.
I'm just like, who am
Listen,
I talking to?
I told y'all, like, if y'all see me on my phone, I'm listening, but I'm just, because I got notes.
No, I heard that. He didn't.
See,
No, I heard
that's-
you.
and-
I heard you, but I know you didn't hear what the hell I said.
I did. But
What'd I say
we can
then?
separate the amateurs from the pro. It's all good.
It's okay.
all good.
We understand how the business goes.
Right?
Yeah, type
Right?
shit.
God damn it. Let me look at my notes really quick.
Go ahead, make it happen. While we're talking about this, shout out Alan Too Real, shout out Valerie, and I don't know her.
For applause.
Woo!
Shout out Killjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shout out
Yes,
to
sir.
Joy.
Thank you.
I
Drinking
big
with
credit.
us right now.
Now,
Take it.
I got beef with y'all for real.
Oh my
'Cause
gosh,
let me
here
ask
we
y'all.
go.
No, look, let me ask
Jesus.
y'all. Look, let me
The
ask y'all.
liquor
How
kicked
many?
in.
Yeah, all of it. You know, actually, I don't mess with y'all at all. That's the funny
Get the
thing.
fuck out of my studio.
Nah, look. How many people come? So I know. I'm sure the process for who makes the show is very tight, right? As far as like who asked to be on the show versus who you asked to be on the show.
Yeah.
How many people ask to be on your show on a regular basis?
At least 2 weeks.
And what's that conversation like?
Hell no, you can't. Be on
I
this.
can't. Nah, that's not what I say. I just basically tell them that like the way to get on the podcast is by creating momentum for yourself, having high quality content, as well as supporting what we do. That's what I tell them in essence.
You ever have somebody ask to be on the show and you say, "Yeah, we can make that happen"?
The first time that ever happened was 3 weeks ago.
Who was it?
He's not from here. He's actually from San Diego. He's
Oh.
he's like a stunt bike rider. Like that scene of like just things. But he like also motivationally speaks, and I just thought it was a really different lane than anything we've done. So when he reached out, he's already been doing that kind of content, and I feel like it would just go hand in hand. Plus the fact that he has a platform that also would help us out. It all coincided to really make it doable. And also the fact that he was willing to come out and travel to us. You know what I mean? Like from San Diego to us is a mission. So the fact that someone will be willing to like change their schedule around and like work with us, it means the world.
That's dope. Yeah. What's the conversation like to tell somebody no?
It's straight up, honestly, just what I just said.
Just no?
No. It's straight up like, honestly, the way to get on our podcast is this. If you do these things, then you'll be in good shape to get on the podcast.
You have a template that you send them, that you can send me so I can tell people?
Yeah, I do.
Because I have a lot of people that ask me to be part of the mag.
I do have a template.
And I just...
Every single email, this is going to sound bad, but every single email, DM, most things that I send, I have a template for.
So I have a template as well, and my template just states just to send me music.
Hey! Exclamation point.
Nah.
Thanks for reaching out.
Nah, ChatGPT helped me out. It's just to send me...
ChatGPT is crazy.
No, a lot of people use that, believe it or not.
No, I know that.
AI is the future.
I know that, yeah.
But I just tell them, send me music, but we do kind of have a vigorous process. And
how many times has someone sent you music and you thought it was ass? Let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
You know what's funny? Nah,
name drop them too, actually. Now that we're here.
Yeah. No, you know what's funny?
You don't like it.
You know what's funny? As far as that, most of the people in Bakersfield who sent me music, I've actually liked, and some of them even have sent me music that I've already knew who they were, and I've already liked them before.
Was there anyone that reached out to you that you were surprised by?
That was surprised that reached out to me?
Yeah. That you were like, damn, they reached out? Like,
no, not really. I will tell you the thing that I was surprised about was like the Joe cover, because Joe is Joe, right? Joe Maynard.
You think he was bigger than that?
No.
Then why would you necessarily be surprised?
It's not that, because mind you, I'm new to this, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not a Bakersfield native like most of the people sitting here. I'm just speculating. I don't know where everybody's from, but I'm not a Bakersfield native, right?
Yeah.
And so I've been out in Bakersfield since 2012. It was not until maybe 3 years ago that I kind of got hip to the music scene in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And a lot of the conversation I was hearing is Joe this, Joe this, Joe that. And so the thing that got me was I reached out to Nate and put Nate on the cover.
Yeah.
Because, he's the engineer I've been hearing about that everybody fucks with.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Nate, and Joe
shout
was
out
like...
Nate.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Nate. I reached out to Nate, and then when I reached out to Nate, he said, yeah, I'll do the cover. Joe reached out to me and said, hey, let's work together. So I said, fuck it, I'll take that opportunity. So when he came to the studio, we did the interview. At that time, everybody was calling him the face of the field. With that conversation, he was the one that would get mentioned first.
So I have a question for you. Do you think Joe's the best artist to come out of Bakersfield?
We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. So when Joe came up and we talked, I asked him, I said, hey, man, how do you feel about being referred to as face of the field?
Yeah.
His answer surprised me.
I'm pretty sure I read that in the magazine, too.
I was definitely finna ask y'all, did y'all read that shit in the
magazine?
No,
I read it. Yeah.
Yeah, he said...
He didn't.
I know he didn't.
Straight up.
It's all right.
That's cool. You don't even know my name.
Hey, let's get a live. Keep it. We should have another camera to pan to the studio audience for real. Like,
I still don't know that. Nah, listen. I don't even know everybody that's sitting over here.
Shit!
It's process of elimination at this point.
He's like, I don't even know who's in my building right now.
Just fuck with y'all. Everybody in here has been invited. Anyway, so he said his answer was, being face of the field is limiting my potential. I want to be the biggest artist in the world.
And that's facts.
And that shit surprised the fuck
No
out
one
of
should
me.
want to be the face of the field.
Yet everybody
People
wants
always
to be.
have stuff to say,
That shit don't matter, bro.
You guys ever run into those kind of conversations on your show?
What?
Nah, we
People,
stopped talking.
like, claiming to be?
We talked about it a couple times, but I stopped putting it in the script, like straight up.
So you write a script for the show as far as what is that?
I write everything. So, well,
okay, sure.
No, I write. They'll branch off of things. They'll branch off of things.
So what is the script?
Basically, when we go into an episode, my role is first and foremost, I book the guest, I let them know what's gonna happen, I let them know about the rollout, and then before they get there, or even sometimes working with them, we'll put together a script that basically outlines where we get from A to Z. You know what I mean? So like where the game comes in, how we're gonna structure it in terms of like, okay, we're gonna talk about this person's like before music life, we're gonna talk about their personal life, we're gonna talk about this, that, and then I basically just outline it with that, with questions that I believe the audience will be captivated by and actually be entertained by, including their demographic as well as like the big demographic in terms of the world. Because I try not to limit it to just their demographic, because at that point we're not catering to the big masses.
Right.
We're just catering it to them, which is limiting at the end of the day. So, yeah.
So how do you react to the script he writes?
Go ahead, react.
Sometimes there'll be some questions in there. I'm like, bro, I don't want to ask that shit.
Like what?
'Cause he be-
What questions?
Yeah, give us an example. Give us an
Sometimes
example.
there'll be some like out of pocket questions, and I'm like,
Like
bro,
what?
I don't want to ask that shit.
Like
I
what?
don't know, just like questions. I can't.
I know you
can't
know one
think
off
What's
the
the
top
last
of your
body?
head,
because
bro.
Name them.
it'll be like a different question for every artist that comes through. You know.
Listen,
What?
she said, if you don't know my name, you can't ask me that. I know your name,
Basically.
Joel.
All of a sudden, you looked in your phone right now. That's why.
He wrote it down right when you said it the first
All
time.
of
I
a sudden.
promise. I
in the
promise.
beginning, he
Noble
was
said
like,
said your
my
name
boy.
like 8 times. I gotta remember that shit, at least now.
now.
So I know you know a question that he wrote down that you don't want to ask.
I can't think.
Nah,
of it off the top
he's
of my
not
head,
gonna know.
honestly.
Do you
I
know
can't
a
think about
question that you wrote down that he did not ask?
Nah, but I be asking hella personal shit
he'll-
because
he'll write
the
it.
goal of our podcast is to get you outside of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
to show who you really are as a person. So like, why would I write something to make you just like be stagnant and be like in your character? Nah, I'm trying to get you out of character. I'm trying to really pull something out of you that most people don't get to see. Mind you, if it's too out of character and it's something that I'm like, oh, it might hurt you, I'm there to be like, okay, I know this is gonna hurt you. Let me cut this out of the podcast. I've done that multiple times. It has to happen from time to time.
I feel it, and I think that's kind of a little bit where we differ.
Yeah.
Just because most of my interview style is just getting to know the informational side of you, the artist
Yeah.
side, right?
Yeah, no.
What music you put out, what you got planned, this and that.
Yeah.
I don't ask too many personal questions.
Yeah, no, I want to get to know them as a person straight up. And I
Yeah.
want the fans to be able, like, whoever supports them and even the outside world to be able to see everyone for who they are. Because at the end of the day, in order for people to really support you, you need them to be in love with you for who you are as a person. That's
Right.
why Drake's so successful. That's why all these people that are on these levels that they're on are successful, because the fans that support them not only support their music, but they support their memes, the memes that come out, start going viral. You feel me? They like them as a person. That's important. That's a part of this.
I feel it. You know, I always say like the best way to kind of sell anything, whatever it is to tell a story. People have to fall in love
Yes,
with
sir.
the story. You have to tell a story, and the more authentic that story is, the more people will fall in love with it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
I
the
mean?
truth.
I feel it.
Yeah.
So what's been your best experience as far as on the show as being a host?
The best experience,
Just the most fun you had.
He's
it
gonna
was
say
definitely-
Zakari.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think everybody can. I mean, if you're going to TD Studios,
It was
it's
just different, bro.
It was that whole day was like hella fun, you know. And that was
Honestly-
our first out of town pod, and then we're going like to TD Studios, and then we got drunk as hell.
I don't think I'm over exaggerating
But
when
it
I
was-
say
it was
it.
fun. It was
I think
fun.
that for me might have been like, it's funny because while I was there, I haven't even really talked about this. While I was there, I deadass had like a moment where we were like setting up and shit, where I was just like taking everything in, because I was like, damn, like, who would have ever thought like 4 or 5 years ago that I'd be in like the same studio that Kendrick, SZA, all these names recorded in,
Man,
bro.
fuck them. Schoolboy Q.
Schoolboy Q too. I mean, that's
my favorite
included.
rapper.
I was just naming the big names.
That's
You feel me?
What
But-
you mean?
Schoolboy Q's a big name. Okay, cut that.
Chill out. Schoolboy Q's my favorite rapper.
Jesus.
Nah, leave
Has
that in.
been
Anyways,
since
yeah,
Setbacks.
you're right. I'm wrong.
Album of the year type.
Anyways, everyone on TDE,
Blue
they're
Lips,
all
Album of the
great.
shit. Yeah.
You don't like it?
We'll get into that later.
Okay.
Blue Lips is great. But so just the fact that I was there, honestly, it was what everybody was like in front of me, so nobody was even looking at me. But I just took a moment and I was like, damn, like I cannot believe I'm here, bro. Like this is crazy. Like younger me would be fucking like peeing in his pants type shit. You feel me? Like I would have never imagined that I would be able to create a platform to where I'd be allowed in a place like this, to where the people are like so excited about a thing like this. Like Zakari and the team, like Devin Malik asked to be on the podcast there. You feel me? Like,
And that's dope because
Like-
he definitely an up and coming.
you
Like
feel me? Like,
And a great
it was
producer
just
as well, too.
it was just crazy to me, the fact that I could really bring, and like not only the fact that I can bring myself there, but like the people that I actually call like my homies. And like I could bring Chuck there, like somebody that's not even a part of the team, but Chuck just straight up asked me like, "Can I come to TDE Studios with you?" And I said, "Yeah." Like off top, Chuck's been there from day one with me. What do I look like telling him he can't come? Yeah, you can come with me. Like, come on.
And I was gonna ask because Chuck's part of Bars on Wheels. He's got
Yeah.
pretty significant role on there. But I seen him with y'all, so it was like I was gonna ask about that. But I kind of understand how y'all feel as far as like being in the studio with Zakari.
Yeah.
Just I'm currently working on Volume 7 of Killjoy, and me and my photographer had the opportunity to go. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Anwar Carrots.
No, I don't know what that is.
He's pretty dope dude. Clothing designer out of LA, part of the Odd Future Collective. I'm sure
Is
y'all
it like the orange Crocs and shit?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
has a little carrot on it.
Yeah, that's him. That's
I know
him.
what that is.
So we had the opportunity to go to the studio and interview him for this issue, and it was crazy because during that time he was recording a cipher, the West Ain't Dead. So he had O3 Greedo in the studio, Buddy, Guap Dad, a bunch of
Buddy's fire, by the way. Buddy's fire.
a bunch of
Bro,
dope people.
Buddy's
So
him.
Me and my photographer and my other photographer had the opportunity to be in the studio and watch these people record
It's a
music.
crazy experience, huh?
Record
Crazy.
music. We sat there and interviewed Anwar for about an hour. On our way out, we ran into Guap Dad on the way out. And I was like, bro, I hit you for an interview. He said, I got time now. So we went back in the studio, interviewed him. So I understand what it's like being in that kind of space.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys interviewed him then?
Yeah, no, we
'Cause
interviewed him.
I seen the picture you posted.
Yeah,
when
I
he was
posted a
like,
picture of him.
I was
Is
like,
it,
damn,
is it
that's
video
fire.
or?
It's video.
Oh, okay.
That's
fine.
it was kind of on the fly,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't prepared to interview him. So a lot of my questions were kind of just bullshit.
I feel that.
But we
It
didn't
happens
interview
sometimes.
him. But he did look at the mag. He fucked with it.
Yeah.
They all fucked with it.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
It's funny. One of the people Guap came with asked us to sign the mag because I brought a copy for them to keep, and he was like, "Bro, I need all y'all signatures to sign the mag." And that was probably one of my highlights of just even doing this shit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Is getting eyes on it from people that I fucking listen to on a daily basis.
That's fire, bro.
I even
Love
got
it for
Guap number. You know what I mean? Have I used that shit? No.
No.
Will I use
You
that
should.
shit?
You
Probably
should.
not.
You should though.
I mean, I should. The thing that I like the most is a year ago I went to Vegas and Guap interviewed me in Vegas for Vice. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Vice.
The like TV
platform.
network or
Yeah,
something?
Vice. And he interviewed from Vice and he remembered me from that interview a whole year ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he remembered who I was, so that was kind of my standout. But I kind of can see the allure of being in a space, especially with artists that we kind of look up to,
Yeah.
and getting a peek behind the curtain.
To me, it was more of like, I couldn't have imagined this when I started this.
Same.
That's really what it was. More than anything, it's not even that I was like starstruck by these people. Mind you, I'm cool as fuck with
Yeah.
all of them. Like it's like it's like they're homies at that point. You know what I mean? But it was more of just a fact of like me thinking back to old self, and then taking in the moment. Really, that's something that as I've gotten older, though, I've gotten better with doing. Like I really taken a lot of moments and like things that I can do for myself, things I could do for other people, and I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think one of the things that I've learned, and I don't know if you can attest to this, is that most of the artists we interact with, regardless if they're from the home city or from out of city, is they're regular people
Yeah,
making
100%.
music just like everybody
I never view
else.
anyone as anything besides that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost unhumanly to do anything besides that. You know what I mean?
That's a little dick ridery, but
Yeah.
I'm not that.
But it makes things a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, if you don't view it like that, like
I mean, I don't know. It'd be different if
mind you, if I met like someone like huge, it might be a little different. I'm
just
not
saying,
gonna.
it'd be-
I'm not gonna act like I would keep my composure 100%.
It'd be-
Like someone bigger,
Oh,
bigger than
like
who?
in the industry,
Bigger than who?
just in the industry.
well, who'd you say right now?
Than anyone that I've like met. You know what I
You
mean?
said
I didn't say
anybody bigger, but bigger than who?
No,
That-
anyone that I've interviewed in the industry or met. That's what I'm referring to.
I feel like I'd be like that if I met Schoolboy Q. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I feel like
And
if I'm
I'll
at
probably-
Childish Gambino, I geek out.
Oh, you said you met Childish
No,
Gambino?
if I did,
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
geek out.
Absolutely.
Because that's like my inspiration for real.
Really? I was gonna ask you, what are your musical inspirations?
Yeah,
Based off the music
it's
you
like
make.
Childish Gambino and like Jaden Smith and shit. It's some weird.
Smith?
I'm on some weird shit for real.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And mind you, I fuck with Jaden Smith the long.
Like, oh my mom, I'm on some
Pause.
weird shit.
But that's crazy. That's
You really
crazy.
just said that?
No, I promise you. You can clip
I'm
that
clipping
too.
that shit.
No, Jaden
that's
Smith,
crazy.
Childish Gambino,
Bro, what?
and like y'all gonna hate me.
Crazy as fuck.
I promise you, those are my
Who
musical
said that?
inspirations. And X too.
You understand? You said Childish Gambino, Jaden Smith, and XX Tentacion in the same
That's
sentence.
my favorite. That's my favorite artist ever. honestly.
You are 25, so I understand.
27.
27. I understand.
Yep.
They on some op shit back there. I can already tell.
Kid goofy out, bro.
Some op shit.
Hell
That's
nah.
crazy.
No, it's like,
No. But for real, that actually is it.
That's dope.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry I didn't say Drake. My fault.
I don't say Drake.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Don't say
talking
Drake.
about.
What's the end goal for Undefined, the podcast? What are y'all
The
working
end goal?
towards?
I wouldn't even talk about it as a podcast if we're talking about the end goal. I would talk about it more as a platform.
So what's the end goal for the platform?
Live streaming. I want to, if I was to talk about like what's my dream, I mean,
Yeah.
that's really what I'd be talking about. So like an undefined house, live streams, podcasts, vlogs, content shoots. It's everything. I mean, I want to literally touch every single aspect of it. Clothing.
Have you guys tapped into clothing
Music.
already?
Yeah, I'm in charge of
it's in the
designing.
works. It's in the works for sure. Go
Me
ahead.
and Justin are in
Drop
charge of
your
design.
exclusive. Drop
He
your
wanted,
exclusive.
he wanted to take over that. Me and Justin were like, bro, let me. Justin was like, let me and Joel like do it, like design the shit. And he was like, no, we already got it. Trust me. And we're like, bro, come on. Like 2 weeks later, he calls.
It wasn't 2 weeks later. It was months later.
Bro, no,
Let's
it
get
wasn't.
It was months
Bro,
later.
no, it
Let's
wasn't.
not get
It was
twisted.
the
months.
If y'all- if
I
y'all
think it was
can't
Tails podcast.
If y'all
We're
can't
talking
agree
about
on a
it.
time
It was
frame,
before
if
that.
y'all can't agree on a time frame, y'all have
Whatever,
to take
he
a
called
shot.
me later and he was like,
Y'all have to take a shot. If
He
y'all
was
can't
just
agree
like-
on a time frame.
You can take it with us?
Fuck no.
Let's do a truth or drink right now. What's your body count?
Listen, sir, this is not how KILJOY operates.
We're trying to get KILJOY outside of its comfort zone once again.
If I had to be honest, I couldn't tell you a number.
You can't give us a
on a
range. Can you
daily-
give us a
on-
range between 5?
Anywhere between 20 and 30.
That's not between 5.
20 and 25.
Who's the baddest that you ever crushed?
Oh, my wife.
That's a good answer.
Good
Easy.
answer.
A respectable answer.
That's the truth, though.
Yeah, no.
That's the truth. I had no.
I love that
respect
for you,
myself. But can y'all decide on a time frame on?
Nah,
I
we
don't know.
can't.
Take a
We're
shot.
not.
So
I
take
will
a
disagree
shot.
with him. I'll take a shot.
I'll
Just
take
take
a
a
shot.
shot. But you're not gonna take us when with us. I feel like it's a little.
I got you on the next one. I answered your question. That bottle has to be empty before we end this, and whatever this is.
Whatever this is.
Whatever
I don't
this
even
is.
feel the bottle. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, we taking pictures. I'm sorry. I apologize to the peanut gallery.
You got an estimate though?
We almost done. Yeah, I was gonna ask David if he can shoot y'all while we do this, but we're literally using all of his cameras.
No, I just wanted to smoke.
Oh, you can. You good? Just open the window. Just open the window. Yeah.
Motherfucker fiending. Oh shit, my fault. Short ass
Nah,
cord.
so he had hit me later, and then he was like, your guys' truth is, or your guys' wish is gonna come true, and I was like, fuck you talking about? And he was like, you and Justin are in charge of designing the like clothing. And shit.
Yeah,
and I was
But
like,
listen,
all right, cool.
but listen, you don't know what that took for me, because that took me taking a backseat.
So
He just wants to be like, he wants to do everything.
Anyone-
He wants to be the one to be like, yeah, I
He's
did
right.
this,
get
I
it.
did that.
I've had enough
And I'm
conversations.
like, bro, you got a lot in your hand. Give us the clothing.
I've had enough conversations with Noble to kind of get a gauge of how he operates, which is why I have one question for you. What is it like having to?
Okay, hold on.
Now you don't have to
finish
answer.
your question. Finish your question. Finish
No,
your question.
what is it like having? I
To
don't want
work,
to say
to work.
to work. We'll say to work.
for
I don't want to have to
somebody.
say take orders, but to work with him.
Nah, he tries to boss me around. I'm like, bro, you're not my boss.
Is he though?
He tries to boss us around a lot, but we're
What
like,
if-
we don't take that shit.
So what is it like?
like he's short.
Because I've had enough conversations with
I'm
him to kind of
5'7" and a
gauge how
half.
it's like.
He got little man syndrome, bro.
Come on. Nah, I do though, to be honest with you. But it comes from like a really like serious place, if I'm being honest with you.
What
I
place
feel
is
like
that?
That's 'cause he
nah,
got bullied
listen.
growing up all his life, bro.
But to be honest, that plays a fact. No. Listen,
Listen, this is
let's
not
get
a
into
therapy
it.
session, so
Nah,
we don't got to
let's
get into it. It's not a therapy session.
Nah, let's get
Keep
into it,
short
though.
and sweet.
No, but for real, like I feel like if you're a man and you're on the shorter side, you feel me? I feel like you just gotta know to stand up for yourself. Like I'm not gonna take no bullshit from anyone. You feel me? Like I'm not myself. I'm not gonna get pushed around. You feel me? Like that's just not in my character. That's just not a part of me. Yeah,
Bro,
that's all I gotta say.
fuck
on
with
that.
you, but sometimes
Wait,
you just becoming crazy.
answer-
Pause. But you just
Nah,
like come crazy.
Hold
on
on,
this. I'm like,
answer
bro.
the question. What is it like working with him?
I mean, okay, like put bullshit aside. It's cool because like he's really like he really like he'll put something out like, okay, we're gonna do this, do this, and he'll like follow through with it. He's really like business oriented. Like he'll get shit done or he'll plan shit out, and then he was like, we're gonna get that shit done, you know, or he's gonna make it happen. Just like the like fucking like I said, we're going to TD. Like he made that shit happen.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like, you know, all bullshit aside, he's probably really hard to work with. But
I think he never really gives me shit like that, though.
Noble knows his shit.
Yeah.
There's really only, outside of the people that I work with like closely, there's really only two people that I kind of enjoy having conversations with because I feel like I leave that conversation smarter. Is Noble and Manny. Manny Flores, Bars on Wheels.
Shout out Manny for real.
Y'all see a lot more of that
homie
in the future, but those are really the only two people that I feel like if I sit down and have a conversation, I can lead, because I'm still kind of new to this whole running an entity kind of thing. And, you know, Manny's head of Bars on Wheels. He's got Undefined. So I feel like when I sit down and have conversations, on the Manny end of it, I get content knowledge. On his end, I kind of get business and kind of how to make decisions on, all right, well, what fits here, what doesn't fit. You know what I mean? Because not all money is good money.
There'll be like some times where like we'll all have like, how can I put this? Just like shit we want to put out or the way we want to put it out. And we're like, no, like, let's do it like this. And he's like, no, I got like, we're going to do it like this. We're like, all right, bro, like whatever. And that shit ends up like doing really good. And I'm just like, okay.
And it works. And I see I see that with Ness, with the way Ness operates all the time. You know?
Yeah.
So I see that.
Shout out Ness too, man.
Shout out to my guy. Fuck, I was going to say his government. Shout out to my guy Ness.
Shout out
yeah, no government, please.
Oh, shit. He said it.
Jesus.
He said it. Look, I ain't say it. I got one more question, and then I'm going to open the floor for Undefined if y'all ain't got anything for me.
Yeah.
Fuck. Who do you think, what artist in Bakersfield do you think correctly represents the music scene?
Damn, that's tough.
In Bakersfield or in general? That's a different answer.
In Bakersfield. We'll keep it in Bakersfield.
In Bakersfield?
And we can't say Ness.
No, I feel like you got it right with your last cover.
Why?
Because Chuck is like the embodiment of community, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm not talking... I mean, if we're talking about Bakersfield, I feel like that's the one thing Bakersfield lacks at this point. Mind you, I mean, I think you could attest to this in a certain point. All the time that you take out to do the things that you do, that's not supported as much as it should be.
Right.
All the time that I take out to make the things happen that I take out, mind you, whether it be you that I'm supporting or not, that's nowhere near supported as much as it should be. I'm doing something and you're doing something that hasn't been done in the city in a very long time.
Ever.
Yeah, ever.
That's
all I'm talking
about. Let's say ever.
We're creating platforms and giving these people platforms and taking our time out, putting equipment on the line, bringing a team together that people haven't done, and it needs to be supported more. And Chuck embodies support. He embodies community, getting out there in your community, as well as at the same time putting out quality music and just being available, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck is booked for shows every fucking weekend.
You know what I mean? And he doesn't need to do that.
Every weekend.
Chuck used to be booked more seldomly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And he would get paid for it, but now he does it more off the love.
Yeah.
And I respect that a lot. Mind you, I couldn't even operate like that. I wish I could. Chuck's just a little more unselfish than me, and I could say that with all my heart, and that's okay. But I mean, I have a lot of respect for him because of that.
I want you to answer, and then I have a question for you, and then we can.
I like everything he said too, honestly.
All right.
He's a him.
Everything he said.
Ditto.
What he said.
Why the fuck don't you do shows in Bakersfield?
Me?
You. He don't rap.
Shit.
You. Why the fuck don't you do shows in Bakersfield? Have you ever done a show? And two, why the fuck don't you do shows?
I haven't done a show in like over 2 years, bro.
Why?
It's just not right for me, I feel like.
What does that mean?
So kind of what we were talking about off camera. I feel like...
remember, remind me.
Yeah. I feel like if I were to do a show, I'd want it to be done the right way. So I'd want like a live band with me, because the music I make just pertains to like having live instrumentation. So like if I'm going over MP3s, bro, I'm not doing that. I promise. Like I've been asked, people stopped asking because how much I stopped responding and said no. So like I haven't got asked in a long time.
You don't ever want to put on your own show? Because I know Ness had the Ness experience last year. Like Ness had the Ness experience last year, right? to where he put on his own show. He got the best talent in the city to perform, and that was his own thing.
Yeah.
So you don't ever think about putting on your own shit to make it the way you want it.
The Undefined show is a thing.
It will be a thing.
It is a thing. It's already in the works. It is a thing.
When can people expect that?
When the album drops.
Insert claps here.
And when is that?
So this is being March, around May.
May what?
Around May. I'm still working out the business side of it. Around May.
Y'all need a host for the show?
Type shit. You trying to come on?
I thought we were hosting.
No. Oh, they are hosting. You can start the first part of
Yeah.
it.
So, co-host?
So listen, type shit. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was referring to. But this motherfucker wanted to take the spotlight and shit. You feel
Because
me?
he told us. He was like, hey, you guys are going to run
So
the show.
no, in the
like,
main
yeah.
set, but it's a whole different set. There's different sets in it. You feel me?
It
But-
could be Undefined times Killjoy type shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Talk
guess
about
so.
it.
I feel
So, but yeah, it's gonna be a moment when it
don't wanna
happens.
share the
It's gonna be rolled out the right way. It's gonna be a moment when it happens, and it's gonna be one of the best shows the city has seen. No cap.
I feel it. All right, so let's take a shot, and then I'm gonna open the floor for Undefined to ask any questions y'all want to ask, and then we'll wrap up the interview because and get all the photo shoots done. Thank you guys for coming, for being a part of this. This is gonna be the biggest issue yet. Y'all just wait. Biggest issue yet.
The Undefined way, the only way.
When is the Undefined cover happening?
You let us know.
When is Killjoy gonna
not
be
gonna share
on
this?
Undefined?
Let's all talk about it. You feel me?
Y'all chasers, that's cute.
Relax.
Low-key have to- I low-key
Motherfucker
have
really
to.
trying to show his age
No,
and
I
shit.
No, I look.
He's really trying to pump his chest hair out on this motherfucker.
This is my show, so I have to be, macho. I can't let
Sound nice. Sound nice.
It's real insecure type shit.
Type shit.
All right, anything y'all want to touch on or ask or anything before we wrap this up?
Nah, I mean, just shit. The city, support the Undefined Podcast. I mean, we're doing a lot of things that people haven't seen out here. We're going to now expand like through the West Coast. I mean, I'm interviewing some people that I felt like I could never interview. Signed artists, unsigned artists, but people that have like these platforms that I never thought I would be able to touch. But these people, I mean, they see us and they respect us to a point, and they acknowledge us to a point that they want to be a part of this. So, I mean, I would just say, just support as any chance you can, whether it be liking, whether it be commenting. It don't even got to be a share, bro. I mean, I know a share be
At least a follow, right?
Yeah, I know a share be something crazy to
Bare
people
minimum
these
follow.
days. You feel me? So like at least a like if you could drop a little like, that would be appreciated, because we really are trying to do shit that hasn't been seen. And at the same time, like even if we aren't interviewing artists from the city, we will always show support to the city. We will always double back to the city and show love in some sort of way. So, I mean, it's just always appreciated when it is that. So, just be ready for the Undefined album. Be ready for everything we have for the rest of the year. And we got some crazy shit coming that I think is going to blow a lot of people's minds. And it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of people that are associated with us and people that are in the community, as long as you tag along and just follow us. You know what I mean? And see what we're doing.
Let me get a skit on that album.
Come on.
Ness hit me and said, I need you to say some stuff on my last tape. It never went through. Hurt my heart. But it's all good.
You should have hit management.
It's all good.
You should have hit
It's all
management.
good.
Straight up. Like, what are we
It's
talking
all
about?
good. Well, look, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with us. Y'all got a little bit of Killjoy, a little bit of Undefined. Make sure y'all tap into their podcast, man. It really is the best podcast in Bakersfield.
I appreciate
no
that, brother.
kizzy, as the
Appreciate
children
that.
say. No cap. It really is. Tap in. They got a real the next two guests, fire as fuck. Fire as fuck. So y'all tap in, man. Y'all tap in with Killjoy. Make sure y'all give us a like and follow on YouTube,
Subscribe.
on Instagram. Subscribe.
Hey,
all
shout
that.
out Killjoy Magazine for having us and for having all these underground artists that you all wouldn't see have this platform without him. This is something that you guys haven't seen been done in a long time. Show love to him. He's trying to put these people on covers. He's trying to support people with editions of magazines that cost him money, that he's trying to support
Wow.
you guys with. So
Yeah, man.
show love to him.
Listen, it's two greats in the building right now, so y'all got to do
appreciate that,
nothing
brother.
but follow, likes, and support. Do not hit us up, either of us, asking to be a part of our shit if y'all don't support.
Straight.
Oh, God.
Cat,
Talk
like,
your shit.
Don't
Yeah,
do
for
it.
sure.
You will get a no. Again, man, thank y'all for pulling up, man. I
appreciate you,
appreciate y'all talking.
I appreciate you, brother.
We out. That's it.
Peace. Type shit.
Type shit.
All right, Dave, you cut this shit off now. We're done.
That motherfucking shots was.
And we need. So, who? Let's see. Who got to leave first? Who got to leave first? We'll do you first. What's your name? Thank you, bro.